Hello traders, you've probably seen that the euro versus the dollar has been declining over the last couple of days, but maybe you don't know how to trade it. Maybe you don't know what's going to happen next. Well, that's what I'm here to help with. Spend the next couple of minutes with me and I'll share a bit more of what I think is going to happen with the euro. All right, so this is the euro versus the dollar, and as you know, the trend has been bullish for quite some long time. The market started to go up here in July and even before that. But we were always worried that ultimately at one point the market would slide to the downside. And it did so here when it declined on the 21st of September. And you got more of a sort of confirmation on the 22nd. But, you know, we talked about it here before. We talked about how other markets, you can see some dollar strength and things like CAD dollar, Swedish kroner, to give you an idea, but also other emerging market currencies. And then GBP/USD was already bearish as well. So it was just natural that at one point this was going to come lower. And the number one reason for this is just because the Federal Reserve this week didn't tell us that they're going to do more about quantitative easing. They're not going to print more money effectively. They're going to continue to print money as they're doing now, but they're not going to do anything else, nothing new. At the same time, the euro area is in deflation and everybody's questioning them why they're not targeting the exchange rate. Because when the euro goes stronger like this, then the exports of Europe become more expensive. But also what tends to happen is that inflation tends to come down. So there are different ways of reading into this one. So we have now this little pattern here, which some people treat it like a head and shoulders with head, left and right shoulder. We're going to do the same. And that gives us the difference between these two levels is 258 pips. So that means that we still have a bit more to go. We could still realistically decline to something like 1489. I was treating this not so much like a head and shoulders, but more like a big range. And that gives us a bit of a different target, a bit of a different entry as well. That gives us this move here, and that's sort of just 1450. I know in the past I've been saying 14 as well, and yeah, 14 is more of a psychological level. I think the clearest pattern is this one, so that just head and shoulders. And I traded a bit myself, but not in the euro directly. I actually traded the dollar versus the Swiss franc. The correlation between this one and the other pair is much higher. It's very high, 0.80 or something like that. So I am effectively short here, but just in another pair. And what's going to happen next here then? Well, the market tried to go a bit higher, but didn't really manage. And I would argue that as long as you trade below 117.76, that people are going to be selling. And if we do have a test of maybe 117.09, I think people are going to be selling here with stops just above. So that's what I think is going to happen. It doesn't mean, of course, that we can't trade lower, but it does mean that if you didn't get involved on the breakout here, you might be a bit too late. But I wouldn't worry too much about that. There's always more and other opportunities to trade the markets. In fact, I just shorted the French stock market, and that's something we can talk about next. So I'm going to do a few more of these videos. You'll find them on our YouTube channel. And we're going to talk a bit about the French stock market and the NASDAQ 100 and some of the US stock market indices, because there's always opportunities to trade. Now, in the comment here, there's going to be a link that goes to our premium trading education course. There I talk about two different strategies that can help you navigate markets like this, and that I used myself to short gold earlier in the week and book the handsome profit in that. Of course, I've been doing this for many years. I can't have a lot of experience, and just because you do a course doesn't mean that you're going to be able to, reap profits left, right, and center. But it definitely provides you a structure to your trading and can hopefully take you to the next level. So don't forget to check that out. It's all free with an ATFX account. All right, talk soon, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, or sorry, to the channel for more information like this. Thanks.